All right. Hello, my terraform the planet, food forest gang. All right, back at it again. Coming up with a more accessible, easier to use uh, compost collection system. Tossing around some ideas over here. And I'm going to try to go over it as fast as I can. Want to have something that kind of like a Bokashi bucket, which I just learned about. I was drawing this first on just a regular compost kind of idea. Then I learned about the Bokashi bucket. Shout out to Mr. Solarpunk for that. Thank you. Very cool. Um, so trying to go. Let's not good at talking fast. What do we got? Let's go over this. Starting out having cedar blocks on the top with sanding sponges chained to them. That when the cedar blocks, kind of lose their scent, just sand them a little bit and wake them back up. That'll help keep bugs away. Have kind of a push entry to put your compost in the barrel. That's supposed to be like your where your straw goes in your fast food restaurant cup, and it'll seal up. But when you push it down, right, spores will dispense, or your Bokashi brand, or cultures, or your own culture. Um, you know, Maybe even some biochar. Hopefully, we got time to go over that. Come out too, or dispense each time you insert your um, compost or food waste. Cool thing about a Bokashi bucket is you can keep meat and dairy in there. Um, I was kind of tossing around having fly tape around the lid and little holes for ventilation before learning about the Bokashi barrel. Maybe have dryer sheets, or something like that to help with the odor. Um, Another thing tossing around is also could have a um, outer bucket filled with sand, maybe some kind of polymer, kind of like uh, um, flooring material, right? That's real porous with sand. They've got epoxies you can use, just a thin layer to keep the shape, and then sand in between. And then you could have a water dispenser controlled by temperature. Just sticking in here, dripping water at a controlled rate to have a condensation effect and cool the inner barrel, keeping it at room temperature. You could also have it, if it was outside, have it underground halfway or something. That would really help regulate temperature because you want an anaerobic um, room temperature environment. Controlled temperature, anaerobic, dark environment for your cultures to break down your compost. Be even better if it blended, maybe. And another idea tossing around heavy gases. Maybe have some kind of heavy gas like nitrogen or something like that that's non toxic, isn't going to negatively affect your cultures. That would kind of, as you filled up this gas, right, as you put compost in, it would keep a cap of this heavy gas on top of your compost, helping to keep it anaerobic. Don't know if you really need that. Not that confident in this idea. Just tossing it around. Um, Another idea I do like though is where your tap would be on your Bokashi bucket. Um, Instead of that, to give you more time, but between changing your bucket, that way you could have potentially a barrel, right? Have like a toilet flange that opens the door. The float rises just like in your toilet and would open a chamber at a certain level, and allow for a negative pressure vacuum chamber to suck your Bokashi tea out and up to conserve space. Otherwise, where's your the reason for the negative pressure vacuum chamber is, you'd have to have something to store it down or out to the side, or it would stay, at whatever level you got it out here. So, door opens. Once you get it to a certain level, vacuum sucks your tea out until it drops enough for the door to close. Also, little push pedal, just like on your trash cans, where you push the pedal, step on the pedal, opens the lid. Instead, it's a step pedal to probably operate arms to compact your compost, something like that. And I think that's what we got on there. If you want to look at it, you can, I guess, pause it right there. And cool thing about this stuff is kind of the holy grail of it that's really tripping me out is getting turned on to the mixing in the biochar into the mix. Biochar, you can make it yourself with a burn barrel, in which you'd have another steel barrel in. There's a cool video somewhere out there. But with organic materials in your inner barrel, right, where the flames don't touch it, and you're just cooking it like a big oven, these materials at a real high temperature, until they turn into like coal or biochar, right? And there's so much surface area on this stuff that it gives your little microbes, your little friends, like a super duper skyscraper to live in. It's like a hyperbolic time chamber or something, to where their growth is just crazy and they get to adapt, and it's such good nutrients for them. And kinda, what's going around is we're going after Terra Perta, which is like the holy grail of soil. If we can en masse make this, I'm trying to inspire people to work together, ways to make this miraculous soil that is self-replenishing. These jungles, they don't need people to come in and spray phosphorus and poisons on the soil. In the jungles, the soil feeds itself. The ecosystem feeds itself. And because, golly, you could theorize all day why it's like that. I mean, I think the richness of the soil, I mean, it's like you're giving your microorganisms so much to work with this super rich soil for them, that they can actually develop and kind of like upgrading their society, going from like huts and stuff to building Rome. And I imagine the little microbes making little supercomputers in there somewhere, and they got they're reaching singularity, and they're become self-sustaining. I don't know, kind of crazy, but cool. I mean, it's something like that's really happening. So that's what I wanted to go over. Let's kick some butt. I want to hear what you guys think. Send me your thoughts. A like, a subscribe, or a follow. A like or a follow would be super cool. A repost would be better, and even better than that is some inspiration or information. Thank you for watching.